Yo, what's up guys? Jesse LaFlair here from LaFlairParkour and Team Tempest, coming to you from the world famous Tempest Freerunning Academy. Today, we are doing a tutorial. Now you guys have been asking every single day of the 12 days to tutorial for a cork tutorial, and today is not that day. Today we're working the progression for the cheat gainer. And maybe, just maybe, we'll do a cork tutorial tomorrow. So let's get started with your progressions. Woohoo! So check it out, you'll be doing a lot of swinging through your legs and your hips. I'd suggest warming up, especially if you guys haven't been trying these at all. Your body's not going to be used to this motion. One way I like to warm up my hips is 2 different swinging motions, because you'll be doing a lot of leg swings. So kick up, kick back, keep your chest straight, don't dip, because then it's not actually helping your hip. You're just going with your leg. The other one is a little bit more sideways, so it's kick open this way. If you want to actually start warming it up, you start to kick on the angle of your shoulder. As we get into it, I'll talk a little bit more about how that is actually going to help you do this cheat gainer. So warm it up. Next move. Okay, so there's a couple ways that you can get into a cheat gainer or kick the moon, whichever variation you're going to be doing, and that's the J-step or a simple turn and a kick. Some people consider J-steps a lot of things. A lot of people, when trying J-steps, end up doing like this and doing like a crazy big circle or run 4 steps. You don't need to do that. The J-step essentially is 1 step, you're here, you turn and go, creating a small J in that same foot setup. The way I like to do them is I take 2 steps. I go 1 and then 2 and turn into it. All right? That creates this nice swing for my leg, which then I can use that momentum to generate into the cheat gainer. While we do this, it's very important that you guys pay attention to your arms and legs and move them in sync. So, as I jump and turn, no matter how I get into it, this back leg is going to stay back with my arms. So let me do it this way. As I jump, as I step forward, my arms are literally, I'm gonna move past them. So they stay with my foot, okay? Pretend like there's strings attached, it's here. Ooh. You need to swing strong and hard. That's what she said. Anyway, here we go, moving forward. The next thing you guys need to keep in mind is that you do not throw your head back. Don't throw your head back too soon, or it's not gonna work out, all right? Check it out. So before we get too into it, I want to take a quick second to talk about the progressions. Everything we do has progressions. I also want to talk about a quick way to bail this trick. So we talked about a makaku. We did it a few days ago in the tutorial. If you guys don't know what a makaku is, check it out. It'll help you safely get out of a cheat gainer if something were to go wrong. And that is always the best way to beat your fear, is knowing your outs. So with this trick, if we're going for a cheat gainer and it gets a little fishy, it's kind of like a one-handed back handspring. Now obviously that's not a makaku, but having the confidence and understanding of how to do a makaku will help you with this trick. So our second progression to this trick, not coming into the makaku, is a variation of movement that isn't a full cheat. What we're gonna do is on an actual cheat gainer or kick the moon, what we do is end up leaving our foot and hands behind. It's so important, I'm just gonna keep bringing it up. As we kick with our right foot. If we're leaving with our left on an actual cheat gainer, we land on that same left foot when landing. In this progression, I want you guys to not do that. It's a little bit of a kick and a spin, so it's almost like a 360, but a flat spin, all right? So we step in, we kick, and then we put our opposite foot down to catch us. Now this move, you guys, I had someone ask recently about it in the scoot tutorial, where I did a scoot, came in, and did that. And that is all I'm doing in this progression, is that same exact move with my legs bent in a little bit more. It's called a boomerang, actually. It's another tricking term. So try that, have fun with that trick, but start to work your way into the progression of doing this cheat gainer, which will ultimately allow you to do a cork. So let's move on. So we worked our progression. We're starting to get comfortable with the stance, the takeoff, the kick, and we're moving into actually doing the cheat gainer. So as we kick, instead of starting to kick and turn a little early and going into that foot and staring at the ground, what we need to watch out for, which is a super common mistake, super common mistake, is this drive, and I'll face this way, and here. We don't want to look down past our arm. When doing the cheat gainer, we drive up. Now watch this. When we do it, I don't drive my back. I need to keep my chest up, so it's here. I drive up, not back. Up, and then as I'm kicking up and over to this shoulder. So the angle of my kick is here, bang, okay? Do you guys see that? Good. So as we kick, we drive chest up here, and then, super cool, when we do this, we need our leg to get up. Now, I watched a bunch of different tutorials on this trick to try to get an overall understanding of how other people coach it, and one of the guys that I watched talked about this crazy technique, which is allowing your leg to get up level, and then driving over. So don't spot down to the ground, start it here up. As this leg gets to about here, and you feel like you're about to jump over like a rope or something, then we can look down and spot the ground over our shoulder and past our arm, okay? So let's take a look at one, and let's move on. And that, guys, is your cheat gainer tutorial. Keep in mind you need to practice this. I'm only gonna say it 1,000 more times in the next tutorial, maybe the next tutorial, that if you want to do a cork, you need to be able to do a good cheat gainer up and over, okay? So work those progressions, have fun, even throw those like weird cheat ones. I don't know, you might enjoy the way it feels and looks. That's it. Thanks for watching. 12 days of tutorials. Jesus Christ, this was a terrible idea. So much work. Anyway, thank you, I love you. Here we go, 2014.